Hello, this is Flow Research. Today we are going to be talking about a March Plasmod that we are shipping to MIT, and we're going to go through the operation of the March Plasmod. March is now called Nordson March. Flow Research has taken over the parts support and the support for the March Plasmod and other Plasmod and other March systems. We also make new systems. This is the Flow Research Optiglow ACE system. Going back to the Plasmod, I'd like to introduce Odin Hefta.
What we're going to do here is go through the manual operation on the Plasmod first. There are switches on the back of the Plasmod and the gas control module that need to be switched to manual. So we'll switch those down to manual. Put our sign back up. You can remove the inner chamber and you can load your substrates or whatever samples you want. Reinstall, and then we'll hit the vacuum to pump down. Once we get down to probably 200 millitorr or so, we'll go ahead and turn the gases on, and you can adjust your flow meters to whatever gas flows you want, and you'll notice a change in pressure. The Plasmods like to be run between 500 millitorr and 1.2 torr. So we'll adjust it for about 1 torr. And you can look, if we lower the flows, you'll see the pressure drop. Increase in the flow, obviously the pressure goes up. So we'll set it to about 1 torr, and then we'll go ahead and turn on the RF. One thing you want to make sure, this system does have the auto tune option, so you want to make sure you're in auto mode. And you can see the RF comes up. You can read our forward power, about 100 watts, and the reverse power is probably about 2 or 3 watts, so the auto tune is working well. Once you've run your time in the manual mode, you'll have to have a stopwatch, as the timer only works in auto mode. So when you're completed your run, you just do the opposite: RF off, gas off, and vacuum off, and it will vent back to atmosphere. And remove your sample. Now we're going to run an auto cycle, and auto cycle, what it'll do is we'll just hit the vacuum and it'll pump down to our crossover setting, what we have here, about 150 millitorr. It will turn on the gases, then there'll be a gas stabilization delay, which is about 30 seconds, and then the RF will come on, and it will run to, we have it set for 1 minute right now. So first thing you'll do is, there's switches on the back. You'll want to go to auto on the Plasmod and auto on the gas control module.
And that's in the up position, right?
In the up position, okay. Yes. Go ahead and hit the reset, and then you'll want to enable gas 1, enable gas 2, or whatever gases you are going to use, and the RF. Now we simply hit the vacuum, and it will pump down to our crossover.
And so once you reach the crossover point, then there's a delay. How long is that delay?
The delay is 30 seconds.
Okay.
It is adjustable internally, but 30 seconds is a good time to allow for gas stabilization before the RF comes on.
Okay, now we're going to talk about taking the chamber out and putting the chamber back in. So Odin, what's the first thing that we want to do?
Well, you've seen we've removed the cover. Note there are 2 interlock switches, cover interlock switches on this side, so just be careful when you put the cover back on, you don't catch them and bend them. There are 4 nylon screws on the chamber here, so we just loosen those up. You don't need to remove them, just get them loose. Then clamp, move the clamp down here. and then the gas and pressure lines. Depress the clip and remove. Depress the clip, pull and remove.
There's just a quick disconnect clip there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we will slide the chamber out. Same thing, reinstalling. Slide it in, push down on the vacuum pipe, place the clamp back on, push our pressure and gas lines back on, and then back to tightening up our upper chamber and that does it.
Very good. Looks to be easy enough. You never want to ship a system with the quartz inside. It's always important to remove the quartz chamber, otherwise it could break at shipment. Anything else to keep in mind here?
Yeah, just like I mentioned, the cover, when you put it on, I kind of expand it a little bit and then just set it in place, and then there's 4 screws, 2 on each side, to put back in.
And there's interlocks on the side there where your arm is, right, that we talked about a while ago. You need to make sure that you don't damage those interlocks right there. You can see them. And then there's one in the front door as well.
Yeah. Actually, there's 2 in the front door,
Okay.
1 on each side.
Okay.
It's just a real fail-safe way that RF is interlocked, so you can't have the door open and have the RF potential.
Yeah. Okay. So make sure you, if you ever ship these to us, or if you ever receive it, make sure you ship the quartz or the Pyrex chamber in a separate box inside the crate. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us at glowresearch.org. Remember, we make brand new systems, and we also provide rebuilt March Plasmod, March Jupiter, PM600 systems made by March. Please know that we are at your service.